Bleep Blop Bloop Blip Games here, guys, and today we are doing a mock commentary for NS2, which is Natural Selection 2, which you can get on Steam for $20. And today I am joined by my friend Kevin. Say hello to the people, Kevin.
Hey, Kevin, also known as Flea2Play, also known as 252525, also known as a compulsive liar. And today I am here to advise you not to buy NS2 Combat. It has received a little bit brutally bad reviews by many of the pro players due to its bad balancing, and no one really embraced the new mechanics in it. So here we have a game between Marines and aliens, and I will be spectating the alien side.
Okay, so aliens are starting up in cave, and the Marines are starting all the way on the south side in operations. So
Southside seems to be the better spawn here, as aliens have quite the walk to get to their any other resource.
I do think that it allows them to have great maneuverability throughout the map. It allows them to expand really quickly and give that time really needed to prevent Marine pushes in the early game, which aliens desperately need. But in order for aliens to truly get the true grasp on what's going on, they really need to push down this main hallway and cavern and take this resource node right here. That's going to be one of the main keys.
We're about to have a small conflict here in the gap, as a single skulk, who is clearly scouting, is about to be encountered by another single Marine, who's also scouting.
Okay, so I'm going to jump in here to the Marines' point of view.
This is actually kind of funny, as the main bulk of the Marines are going for the scout, and the main bulk of the skulks are going for the Marines over on the right.
We got a confrontation here in Pilot Drill, and we got a gangbang of 3 skulks. Oh, the Marine goes down very, very quickly. Oh, Ghost is coming in for the assist on these skulks, and the skulks are...
NBC is trying to take out a single skulk with just his pistol. That's not going well. Oh, it's about to be a skulk rush at the base. Yep, skulk rush on the base. Oh, no, they're being stopped. They're being held up by Marines.
And they're getting flanked by Hallmark, and it's a slaughter. Okay, so, from here, I think the Marines need to push into Gap and take this resource node and this tech point here in order to truly advance in the tech that they're going to need.
They're wasted opportunity here on the right for the aliens, as they have a resource node covered, but not being exploited, which is a rookie mistake by this commander, as several of his friends appear to be AFK, just straight up AFK.
Oh man, must be connection problems. I mean, the latency on this local network for these pro players is really getting to them really hard. Well, I think another main point of the game is going to be focused right here in the middle of the map. This is central drilling. It is known to the players as Wind Valley because of the 2 resource nodes in a single room. That is extremely valuable. This is one of the only maps in NS2 like this, which gives a very big advantage to whoever controls the room.
Interesting strategy by the aliens here, as instead of pushing the clearly closer command or tech point, they instead pushing a farther command point, which Marines are currently locking down. Now, in the center here, there appears to be 2 separate resource nodes, and it is of vital strategic importance, which is why it is probably one of the most contested areas in NS2.
Yeah, there are just so many ways to get into this room, which makes it such a hard to defend point, but it's a risk that you just have to take if you want to win on this map.
Well, looking on the gap, we have what appears to be 3 skulks, 2 of them lying in an ambush that isn't going to happen, and we already have confrontation.
Ooh. Well,
yeah, he instead of charging the Marine, he's going to choose a smart tactic, and he's going to start attacking the player.
Oh, they're starting to push into the resource node, all 3 of them, and it's going to look to be a confrontation here.
He's setting up a turret here, which will help him in this fight, but I don't think it's going to be quick enough.
Oh boy. Oh man.
As now he has a choice between building, which he has chosen to do, but it's going to cost him his life.
Oof. Ouch. But the Marines did take Cart Tunnel, and the aliens are definitely pushed back here, back to their hive, in fact, which is going to be a very, very, very dangerous situation if they don't continue.
Yeah, it looks like the Marines are cutting off the aliens' pursuit into another resource sector, And in fact, the Marines have destroyed an entire line of nodes, or not nodes,
Cysts.
cysts. Thank you.
Although they are pushing into the tech point here in sorting, if they take this, they should be able to stabilize for at least a short amount of time.
Now, Blip, if I was the alien commander here, what I would currently be doing is building a shade over this gorge tunnel, which, because there doesn't really appear to be anything in this room, the Marines have a higher chance of just walking by and being ambushed as they siege down the hive.
Yep. So being the total professionals that we are, we're going to give a little bit of some tips to the commanders out there that are willing to take the extra little time to learn this map and become good at the game themselves. So, personally, as a Marine guy myself, as the Marine commander, it is best to immediately get your Marines to build your necessary buildings inside the main base and then immediately push into the gap and start taking this tech point. Once you have this area from sorting, this area of the map becomes an effective lockdown that you can lock down easily with sentries since there are very limited access points. From there, you can push into elevator transfer if you want.
While that is a very traditional strategy, I'd like to say that for all you alien commanders out there, there's a very, very quick counter. What you need to immediately do is a gorge tunnel into the double resource room and claim those. Once you've claimed those, just constantly set up aliens through there and attack all sides. Since you have aliens coming from the center, you're able to attack all 4 points on the map.
That is a very, very dangerous strategy, although it is very susceptible to a little bit of harass from the Marines if it does get spotted. And it will slow you down quite a considerable bit if it does get spotted, because you just lost
the one con, though, is that you must have an attentive gorge.
Yep.
If you do not have an attentive gorge, then what you're going to have is a dead tunnel, and once that tunnel goes down, you have effectively just lost the game. Now, over on the right, they finally have expanded to their third resource node, which is good for the aliens because for a good majority of the games, they have been locked out of their resource. It's actually a fairly even distribution right now.
They are also setting up the hive and sorting now, so they're now going to need to break the Marine siege that seems to be... Oh my goodness. The Marines are all falling back towards sorting in order to take down this hive. The Marine commander...
An interesting play here is the aliens are harassing Marine resources on the right due to the large concentration of Marines near the new hive. So if these two skulks were intelligent, they would now continue to harass the Marines by taking out this resource node here and the power next to it. Once doing that, because the Marines would not be paying attention anymore, they would be able to effectively rush into the main base and take out power. Taking out power would destroy all the respawns available to the Marines, and unless they have a recall available, which, if you look, there is no observatory in this room. You see that?
Yeah.
No recall.
Well, personally, I would try and recall the Marines ASAP, because that is the only way in order to try and possibly survive in this situation.
See, it's interesting is that they put the sentries facing the two entrances, but if you jump behind the command center here, you're in a blind spot, and you can jump up over the sentries and kill the battery. With no battery, the sentries are effectively useless.
Although those sentries do have a large radius that they can shoot you from, which is a little scary at first.
Oh, looks like the commander is fixing the blind spot, which is a good idea by the commander. Unfortunately, though, for the commander, there's still another blind spot due to if the skulks were to sneak in through the vent here on the right and then jump through, they could jump behind this arm station to prevent fire from the sentry, and then they could jump from there through the small gap in the wall, as you can see,
and to the command center.
To the command center. Now, it's going to be tricky because they're going to need either regen or armor in order to pull it off. I personally don't find speed to be helpful against sentries, because sentries are, well, aimbots.
That is very true.
If you would observe, it is now even on resource distribution, although aliens are being sieged.
Oh man, we got a large line of Marines here. This is going to be a very vital siege to the alien team. But
The
now,
harassers on the right are confused onto what they should be doing, which is unfortunate, as the harassers should have pushed into the center and destroyed those resources and what looks like observatories. In fact, another harasser has just made their way in and is now destroying the observatories, which will now allow the aliens to sneak about as they please.
oh, we got an 8 health flanker and he's down. There are still 6, 7, 8 Marines still alive and sorting, and it's going to be a tough hold for these.
Now, without these resources in the center, the Marines are going to suddenly find a drop in their available resources, which will be good for the aliens, as less shotguns, less flamethrowers, and less mechs will be rolling out.
That is very true. Now I think is a good time to talk about the tech that has been coming out of these teams as we near the 10:30 mark. So for the Marine side, we have the classic observatory, but what's really interesting to me is that we only have an advanced armory, weapon, and armor 1, which is really late in the game for that. That is a very rookie mistake to be making as a professional commander. I mean, upgrading without those armor 2 and 3 upgrades and the weapon 2 and 3, you're not going to be able to survive against skulks.
That is very true. The advanced weaponry is practically useless without at least armor 2 or gun 2. So, even now, it looks like they advanced their robot factory as well. Rather than get new armor or new weapons, they decided to roll out repair suits, which is useless without mechs. And they aren't even researching mechs.
Well, another thing, they just finished the prototype lab. That's going to allow them to start getting those exosuits they need. Well, another thing with the ARCs, they've only established one command center, and the command center is used to truly get a handle on ARCs and MACs, which are the other robotic unit that repair things. And each command center increases the amount of robotic units you can make from that factory. So,
here's a fun little fact for you, Blip. Look at how the sentries in the main command room are pointed. Now, if you were to draw the 45-degree angle, the 90-degree angle these sentries can shoot in, you'll notice that not a single sentry can look at or shoot at the power source. So with 2 or 3 well-placed jumps by a skulk, they could potentially nullify all spawns by the Marines, and the Marines would have no idea what's happening.
We do have a couple of arcs rolling out right now, and a mag.
It looks like they're getting ready for a long siege here. But the aliens might just establish another base. They have been going completely unharassed by Marines.
Aliens have now taken the resource node lead, and it's going to be a very, very tough hold.
A resource lead is very important for aliens, as when you have a resource lead, it leads to better aliens rolling out and faster upgrades.
Right now, they're all skulks in one gorge, so this is going to be a really tough hold for them.
I find that the shotguns are coming a little bit late in the game. Shotguns should have been researched slightly earlier, perhaps after gun and armor 1, but before you upgraded the armory.
Well, the commander for the aliens is now getting metabolized for the Fade, even though there's no Fade on the team. But Logos Ether and Swag Sheep have 65 resources, which is a huge amount. They could be going Onos right now and completely wiping the floor with the enemy team.
It's interesting that the alien commander has absolutely refused to research any upgrade for their team until now. In fact, that is just a downright bad mistake by this pro team.
I mean, well, Biobomb is on the way just as soon as Exosuit starts, so what the perfect counter. Now with Biobomb, that does additional damage to armor and structures, so those Exosuits all armor. Biobomb becomes a very effective weapon when used in large quantities.
Now, while Biobomb is in fact good against mechs, I have seen countless aliens teams fail to counter the mech strat by not enough gorges. Without the appropriate amount of gorge to skulk to Onos, they will not be able to counter this mech strat. Now, for those of you wondering what the appropriate amount is, 1 or 2 Onoses, at least possibly 4 gorges, and then the rest should be skulks. And the skulk's job is to take fire for the Onoses and for the gorges. the Skulk's job is also to harass Marines, who are now finally going back on the harassment and taking out alien resource nodes. It seems that the Marine inattentiveness is finally over.
Yep, that seems to be happening right now. Oh, the arcs are getting ready to become in position of this sorting hive, so they need to get...
Oh, this is
interesting. We got a Marine group inside the main hive at cave. We got 3 Marines with one grenade launcher trying to hold out inside the main base.
Man, that Skulk just refuses to take any damage.
Oh my goodness, it just got 2 kills, and the final Marine is falling back in.
That was a triple kill, my friend. That was a triple kill.
Ooh, man. That hero Skulk saving the cave hive. Oh, and the aliens
In fact,
seem to...
the aliens have broken the siege. This might just be the comeback the aliens need.
Oh, and the commander has finally considered his blunders, now getting Armor 3 upgrade. He also got MG, shotguns, and everything of the sort. The armory upgrades are finally complete.
I feel like that...
Oh goodness, 2 Exos just died!
Oh no. No.
They just have 4 Exos pushing into from pilot drill near central drilling. They're moving into central drilling.
Due to the fact that the Marine commander hasn't even researched the 2nd tier of weapons, which has really been hurting their team recently. While they might be able to survive long, they aren't dealing nearly enough damage at this late in the game.
Yeah.
Now with the four mechs rolling in,
there are 5 now.
With 5 mechs rolling in, it might not help, because if you look on the left, there's a Skulk army coming for power. Ooh, one of the Skulks made a dumb mistake and was in the line of fire of one of the turrets.
The Exos have decided to split up, and another Exo has died. This is a huge mistake by the Marine team, because those Exos must cover each other in order to become effective. Although they are completely surrounding the sorting hive, which is going to make it very hard to defend.
Oh, it's an entire team of mechs. The whole team is just mechs.
Well, we got 2 assault riflers, 1 machine gunner, and the rest is a mech with the commander.
And we have a Skulk harassing at the enemy base, and they were doing a rather effective job of dodging bullets until the Marine reloads, which is just... Oh, there's an Onos now.
Oh my goodness, this is where it's going to get exciting. Although the Skulks are very good at 1v1ing the enemy Exos, so if they can come in from all different directions, they will just absolutely destroy these Exos, because they're so large that they actually can't get a good shot off if the Skulks are at their feet.
Now, I've had trouble soloing mechs before, but... Oh wow, no, the hive is dead. This army of mechs is just unstoppable right now.
The harass really needs to pick up the pace here.
It looks like they're sending out more tanks to go towards the aliens. There's not much to say about the aliens right now. They're basically trying to do recovery, but they do not have enough resource nodes to even be able to defend themselves. In fact, if you look there, there's a rather lack of healing buildings there, which is a bad mistake. Oh no, they're all going Onos.
Oh, here we go. Ono vs mech. Here we go.
But the mechs might just come down and stomp, but they're all too busy having fun and repairing. Just hear that laughter. Hear the laughter by the Marine team.
Let's quickly listen in to what the teams are saying. There's great communication here between these teams today, isn't that right, Kevin?
Oh, it's just a jolly good time over there, man. Good communication is absolutely key to this game. Except, unfortunately, that good communication is still going to bite them in the ass due to the lack of an observatory. If the aliens can destroy the Marine base, they can win instantly.
If these sentry turrets go down, that is game.
No, it's game.
Well, the entire team is also exosuits. They won't be able to recall, and they have no other command
They can't
centers.
recall. All they have, the Onoses are not properly focusing on what they need to be focusing on.
If they go for this command center, they win.
This Onos rush is just completely unheard of.
They're going for the power. They're going for the power.
Without power, there's nothing the mechs can do.
Oh, some of them are trying to fall back as quickly as they can, but others
Power's
are
out.
advancing.
Power is just right out. MG lost. Means, yep,
That's GG!
no power.
Aliens won from a back door! Oh my goodness, I've never seen this in my entire career.
This just was a surprise result. Just when it looked like the aliens were going to lose, they pulled back and almost rushed. What a strat, man. What a strat.
Let's try and get some interviews with the players while we're here.
Alright.
Well, let's try and find one of the Onoses. Mr. Onos, do you have anything to say about your win today?
Well, I think we just straight up, we weren't looking good for a while, but when we all went on us, we knew we had a winning strategy, and we really pulled through. For I'd like to thank my mom. She's a real inspiration in my life.
Well, that was a great game to watch, everybody. So I hope you all have enjoyed. This was brought to you by DungeonGaming.com, whose NS2 server is pretty much full to the max every day of the week. So if you want to join in and help us play a game, come in and drop by. So,
Before you drop off, I want to say that Ono strat was actually quite well played. I mean, I did not expect that from the alien team. They looked like they were harassing, but it didn't seem like they were gonna win for a while. I genuinely didn't expect it.
Nope, not at all. Well, signing off, this is Kevin, 252525, and Blip Games, and just remember, or wait a second, I forgot. So, if you happen to enjoy the video, please rate, comment, and subscribe for more content in the future. And just remember, until next time, stay blessed.